Hey, what's good, MGTOW community? This is Vladimir Sauls, aka the Hot Pepper Pill. I hope you guys are having a great day, getting everything done that you want to do. As far as we know, we've only got one ride around this merry-go-round, so while you're on your trip, you might as well put your arms up and yell and laugh and have as much fun as possible. And who cares if people are looking at you like you're crazy? Going MGTOW shows you how little of a fuck other people's opinions matter, whether they are other men, and especially if they are other women. A lot of times guys will use their dominance instinct to put each other down, snap back at each other, put them in place to try and seem like the alpha to the woman. It's all just your programming, your biology. That's all well and good, you know. It is what it is. That's why a lot of times men like CS MGTOW, you know, got thrown under the bus by the MGTOW, and that was something I didn't really know. I thought maybe he had gotten discovered through his employment, or perhaps maybe his wife had found his channel or something and blew him up at work. But it's a real shame to know that some of the guys that, the main reason I make these videos is to try and reach other men, to elevate them, to get them to realize that they are the prize, that they are the ones that, you know, when they lay down in the pillow at night, it's only you and you alone in your own mind. And the thoughts that come in your mind that you have to deal with, you might as well make it the least amount of pain you have to deal with in life. And sometimes being shown these truths sucks, but it is what it is. So, but I wanted to talk to you guys about women and how they're able to negate a lot of the personal grooming and the appearances that men are held to as a certain standard. For example, if you're a woman and you have like unsightly facial hair, I've seen this in the city schools. These are the type of people I'm talking about. This is one of the reasons I went MGTOW, is we're seeing all these disgusting people and just wondering what's going on. This lady had a full-blown mustache, more of a mustache than I can grow. And because she was dark-skinned, because she was a African-American woman, she probably thought that no one could really see it because she was black. But, you know, no offense, you know, maybe this person was just really hairy. I mean, it's, if you want to have a mustache to be a woman, it's fine, but it's, I feel that in certain jobs, like the military, for example, or something, if you're a woman with a mustache, are they going to make her shave the mustache? I mean, it's just strange. It's like this double standard. I mean, I could be wrong. This is one example. But again, in the city schools, like I was talking about the other day, when we were working on the elevator, a lot of the teachers and staff were pissed that they couldn't ride it, that they had to lazily fucking walk up 12 steps. You know, they were heartbroken about it. All butthurt. And anyway, the lady who got in the elevator with us, she had like probably 2 teeth left and kept making these noises like munching and sucking on her gums and her teeth. It was like, Jesus Christ, like, I would never hire you. Like, I mean, maybe I'm a racist, you know, it's not that you're black or whatever, it's just you have no fucking teeth. Like, your quality of life has to be shit. Like, you have no personal hygiene. Like, it's disgusting. I mean, I understand, you know, maybe somebody doing a job as like a janitor. You don't have to be the most presentable, you know, it's bottom of the barrel selection. But women get a free pass. Like, for example, today again, at another school, I saw this big woman who was not wearing a bra. And her tits are just like huge and sagging down to her belly button. And she's walking around directing the class with like a blue t-shirt on, her tits all hanging out, all sagging everywhere. And just the point I'm trying to make, I mean, hey, I'm not saying, hey, women have to wear a bra. You're a woman, so you need to keep them tits on lockdown. What I'm saying is it's just unpresentable. If you've got these big fucking tits and they're just sagging down to the floor, you need to do something, you know, if I was the boss, if I was the principal of the school, I'd be like, look, lady, you need to fucking get some mouth guard or some shit for those teeth. Like, you're sucking on your teeth, it's making a nasty noise. Like, you need to have some better hygiene before you're reporting to work for your duty. I wouldn't have even hired her in the first place, you know? But like I was saying, men have to have a standard in the military. They've got to shave. They've got to keep their hair trimmed to a certain standard. At a high school where I went to, it's a private school. I could not have hair going over my collar. I cannot have unsightly facial hair. I cannot have long sideburns. Again, it's a private school. But for women in the school, they might make you wear a dress or do things like that, but they're not going to dictate your hair. I really like how Turd Flinging Monkey brought up in a video where women like to show off that they don't work. If you've got long fingernails, you've got long flowing hair that's not tied up or shortened up or whatever, it's going to impede your ability to work. Most clothes for women are revealing and tight and form-fitting. And Turd Flinging Monkey brought this all out in his video where he was talking the other night. I'm going to put the link in the box. But men are required to show up to the job with like a clean-shaven appearance. Maybe not every job, but I think just women get so much more of a pass, And if you guys could elaborate on it, if you've seen similar thing, the pay gap has been argued up and down all the time. And women have the ability to choose to have a child at any time. They can string a man along, they can steal the jizz from a condom, and they could go to the sperm bank, put it in there, and then, they're a mom. But men, they don't have that luxury. They are required to work. To where women, if you're in the military about to deploy, oh, I'm pregnant, you ain't gotta go. Men do not have that option. They've got to fucking go. Or if they get out, they're probably going to be court-martialed or have to pay at least a hefty fine. Women just have a baby, see you later, is what it is. So that's all that I really am trying to get at, is just this double standard. And sure, we see them all over the place. The jokes that women make at men's expense to kill all fathers, to end Father's Day, to have you taken time to be a father, the deadbeat dad stigma, the fact that men are just rapists, the fact that when you are approaching a woman and smiling and saying, hello, how are you? Perhaps they're in customer service, perhaps it's a woman on the street, perhaps you're holding a door for them. You often, more times than not nowadays, will get a scowl or some sort of nasty sour face, to where the narcissism is just plugged in and it's dictating all of their actions. Western women are plugged into the narcissism, into the fashion, into the buy it, gotta have it now. You see, they're the primary spenders. I've had a sad day, gotta go to the mall, have some shopping therapy, getting yourself in debt. Buying into the fucking matrix. Buying into the scam. So, men, they've got to look on point. They've got to be on time. They've got to be prompt to work. Women, it's a gender hire. Who cares, It's bullshit. A man has got to do something. He's got to add value to the job. I remember working at a kitchen store. I would always be asked as the man to carry the toaster ovens down from the highest point in the store, to get the heavy 20-piece skillet packs down from the back, climb up the ladder and get it down. It's like, oh, I'm playing the girl card, I'm too tired. I'm a woman, you're a man, this is men work. Of course, the pay gap. Am I doing more work? Yeah, as a man, I'm picking up more shit. I am physically stronger. I'm expected to rise to the standard. Women, you see them on the cell phone, hiding behind the cash register, texting. I'm not saying that all these are just exclusive to women. Men can go and text too and be shitty employees and go and hide and whatever and cop out and go. But men are the ones that are expected to get things done. If they're the ones that are not turning the wheels of the machine, the women are not going to do it. They're going to just bitch out. And it's going to be a lot more work for the man to do the next day. I've seen this in my experience. When I was not closing the kitchen store down, that night I would come into an absolute mess. People would leave the coffee bar all out of whack. There'd be milk left out, there'd be spills on the place, and it was because they just didn't have that standard in they didn't care. It was a woman, it was a gender hire. oh, I'm done, clock out, see you later. So that's just what I've noticed in my experience. Women that don't look appropriate, that are not hygienically ready for the day, that look sick, that look like they need some mental help. When you have one tooth in your head and they're all rotten out, something is wrong with you. That is not normal. You should be taught as a normal person to take care of your teeth and basic fucking hygiene. And you're showing up to work, educating children, and you're not like the furthest thing from a role model I could imagine. So you just are so in for your own happiness and, just the laziness. Said it before, I'll say it again. You can't even be bothered to walk up the steps. And that just shows kids, hey, I'm lazy too. Why can't I ride the elevator? Why can't I be like this teacher? She does it. So men gotta do something. They've got to add value. They have to. Because they are not a quota hire. They have to be bringing the company money. One last example before we tie this up. At my father's business, everybody who works in the field is a man. We were out today cleaning out big-ass light fixtures that had years upon years of birds building nests in them. And they've gotten soaked and it smelled like straight raw sewage. And we're cleaning them up, hauling them away. Took a shower this morning. I'm heading home to take another shower right now because I'm a man. I have a penis. I get shit done. I'm not shying away from dirt and from responsibility. But a woman like my stepmom and like our other office administration person and my sister, all the women do the work of paper pushing. They sit around the office in the air conditioning. They don't go to the city schools of Baltimore. I know I've made a lot of points about Baltimore being great, but they can't be expected to drive around in the city to these schools, and oh my gosh, it's just too hazardous. So that's why we've never had women consistently in our field. And when you go out to construction sites, it's usually like one woman, and she's usually like cleaning up after the other mess. It's not the real technical, strong work. It's not the bull work. It's just sweeping and mopping, stuff that any idiot could do. So that's my whole point. That's my spiel. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I appreciate talking to you. If you've liked what I had to say, please hit that like button. If you enjoyed what I brought to the table, please comment. Add some more comments. I'd like to hear your guys' opinions on this double standard that I've noticed, to where, men gotta look the part. They've gotta have their hair together. They can't be all disheveled, having their pants falling all down. Women can wear whatever the fuck fashion they want, can have whatever hair they want, whatever makeup they want, can have their tits out or have their tits in, or be more revealing or not more revealing, or this, that, the other. How many arguments have been made about how men purposely turn it on cold in the office to freeze women out? It's like, how about dress the part? Dress like you have a fucking job and that you're proud to be there. This is Vladimir.